Hello, welcome, and I'm the Little Green Earthling. In this episode, I will be showing you how I took this boring concrete jungle to a vertical growing raised bed garden jungle. Stick around. And if you like this episode, be sure to subscribe and give me a thumbs up, and do check our past episodes as well. The wood has arrived. For this project, we decided to use 2x6 rough timber cedar, and we sourced that locally from a mill. After the layout and design from paper, things started to take shape. It was pretty easy, and it was a lot like building with Lego. The planks really easily sat on top of each other because they were all square. Next, I started screwing in all the 4x4 uprights and fastening them to all the corners and middles of the garden bed. I also included some reinforcements in the middle to avoid any bowing. We then purchased a dump truck full of the city kitchen scrap program here. It filled our raised beds with beautiful black gold. My veggie starts were raring to get out of the greenhouse and into the ground, and here they are, all freshly watered in. The garden needed a door, so I created this custom homemade French Dutch door, complete with French window accent. It also complements our greenhouse with its French windows. In addition, we wrapped the perimeter of our garden with this 1x1 deer fencing that was 7 feet tall to not only keep the cats out, but to also allow for the vertical gardening to happen. It was important for me to set up irrigation so this system could be automated. So for this, I used 1/2-inch irrigation drip tube and connected it with elbows where I needed, and then it hooked up to our hose bib on a timer, as you see here. Here is a shot of the aerial view of the garden. It'll give you an idea for the layout. At this point, the garden had been freshly seeded with all of our vegetables that were to be direct sowed. And here is a shot of all of our seedlings starting to grow. And welcome to our newly created garden jungle. So satisfying that all of our efforts had paid off, and we are able to achieve 8-foot tall vining and vertical growing. I wouldn't change a thing. This is exactly the design I had hoped for. Our garden is just steps away from our kitchen, and so sometimes I call it our kitchen garden. And here it is, the squash wall, living proof that you can go vertical. To help with the vertical growing, as seedlings are starting out and starting to grow, for about the first 2 feet, I aid them with some clips that I get from the dollar store. After the initial 2 feet of growth from vining crops, they form their tendrils, and they simply grab onto the deer fencing and just take off from there. Here are some of the delicious organic fruits and vegetables that we were able to grow in our newly created garden. The majority of all of my seeds came from Baker Creek Seeds, and a few also came from West Coast Seeds. I highly recommend these seed companies. Their seeds are second to none, and their germination rates and viability are fantastic. This is me, signing off as the Little Green Earthling. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe. Don't forget to check out our previous episodes as well at Little Green Earthling. Thanks again and have a great day.